everybody. Atwas here, casting with my good friend Alto, doing a open game for you tonight on Gullywash. It is all blue versus Empire of Emotion, and we are already live. Great to have both teams in server so quickly. Hi, Alto.
Hey, I'll take this first mid fight if you don't mind.
Sure.
Looks like the blue demo Toph getting hit up a bit at mid. Gonna start trying to force back red here. I'm seeing a lot of damage coming out from both teams. Blue Soldier bombing in and, or he's bombing out actually, my bad. And Red's gonna start to get some point control, but Blue Soldier's going in on the med. That will be Eric on med, and he will be getting away from that. Looks like it's a 5v4 right now, but Red's gonna maintain point control, and it's gonna be their mid. We have Empire of Emotion on red. And although we don't have full rosters, they will have Ndizzy and Flatline on Soldier. It looks like Ndizzy will be Pocket most likely, Flatline on Roamer, Phone and Beasley on Scout, Term on Demo, and Eric on Med. And as they roll into second here, do you want to go introduce All Blue?
Sure thing, friend. Looks like we have Scouts are Scruff, McGruff, and Puller on All Blue. Rage is on Pocket, Cat is on Roamer, Toph is on Demo, and they are not rolling with their usual medic tonight, as we have an Uber there in lobby, but it will be Psycho Mantis on medic instead. That was supported to Cat. Wow.
Yeah. While that was happening, I believe it was Term on Demo dropped Psycho Mantis up on the upper area of second, and they just steamrolled him straight in. So a 1-0 for Empire of Emotion right here. Do you want to take this mid, Atlas?
Sure thing. I think I'm going to watch Flatline this mid, see what he does roamer-wide. Another thing to mention is that the all-blue Promer is running Black Box, so that's definitely an interesting choice for him. So here we go, Flatline jumps the one, it looks like blue team rolled out. He jumps in, tries to go for the medic, med goes down, very nice, tries to pick up that pick on the dem, gets that as well. Flatline getting a nice 2-pick, goes up to rejoin his team, but while he was away, it looks like his team went down significantly with his med being picked up, and now he and his scout are sitting with pretty low health. And, you know, it looks like they just must have been out DM'd, and that black box doing a whole lot of healing, giving All Blue that point.
Yeah, it looks like that's Rory on the point right now with 21 health, so that's just 2 rockets, or otherwise he would have gone down. That was really chaotic mid-fight, and it's gonna go over to All Blue right here. Coming into this, Empire of Emotion is 6-3, and All Blue is 4-5, so I'd say Empire's the favorites to win this, but we've been seeing some. This is a really good mid-fight by Blue right here.
Most definitely, and the great thing is, you know, although they did win the min-fight, they didn't have the momentum put into second, so that gives Empire of Emotion a pretty solid chance to hold second. We've been pushed, and Roamer does jump in through choke as Empire of Emotion is holding back rather, but you know, people are walking in, trying to get some frags. Ubers are fairly even. Empire of Emotion's and Dizzy going down to 1 health. Roamer kind of jumping the med. Looks like Empire of Emotion's gonna get forced out here, but you know, if they don't push back in, call me a monkey's uncle, because they definitely have the players too, and they definitely have the damage too, as the entire team goes down except for Toph, and that is a wipe for All Blue. So, you know, really good plays, nice kiting going on there. They lost some players, but pretty decent back and forth. Maybe just maybe All Blue was a little too aggressive there, not enough advantage.
Yeah, I think not only were they aggressive, they seemed a little uncoordinated. There were two, one of Blue Soldiers went in way before the rest of his combo. He got caught out, so he wasn't able to give a lot of support, and then Flank was getting picked off as well, and it just became a gradual bleed rather than one cohesive push. But it looks like Red's going to be trying to get into here on second. Empire Motion should be able to cap this with a ×5, and there's going to be a 70% ad on Red pushing into last right now, so we're going to have to see what Blue does to hold this.
Yeah, I'm surprised to not be seeing many off classes here quite yet, especially with such a disadvantage. Here we go, Polar does go up on Pyro. Solid play, but you know, we do have the over coming in, and Dizzy popped through. Pyro doing a great job. Good job, Polar, reflecting them into that shutter, but it doesn't really matter. They're picking up frags. It's 3v6, and it looks like the Pockets are going to go on that point. Demo's underneath, sticking that up, and that'll be a really easy cap for Empire of Emotion, bringing them to 2-0.
Yeah, we're seeing some really good play from Empire of Emotion here. They're protecting their medic well. Saw him go down really low on that second fight a while ago, but they protected him, so he stayed up. They've been getting a steady stream of med picks, and I think the DMN coordination advantages are in Empire of Emotion's favor right now. But I don't know. All Blue did play pretty impressively in the last mid fight, so let's see how this turns out. Blue does appear to have. Alright, thanks. Blue does appear to have a lot of point control right now, but a Term's going to get a 2k with 1 sticky dead. And this is going to be quickly turning, as it's a 4v3 right now, 4v2, but Scruss going down. So it's going to be a full wipe for All Blue on mid here, with Eric staying up. So Empire of Emotion coming out with more dominant play.
Absolutely. Rage and Brewery staying up a long time. That would be the all-blue soldier. And Brewery is doing really well despite his ping at the moment, which is at 161. And, you know, one can't help but think that that's probably due to the black box. Here we go. Empire of Emotion, you know, being really aggressive, staying in lobby, making sure that space is there, but, you know, ready to back out. We do have a sniper man. Nope, just switch to Pyro. Polar once more, trying to play off that uber disadvantage. Hopefully he'll be able to catch them and stay alive a little longer, as they are holding on left side, waiting for the inevitable push in. Some fighting going on with River, but, you know, not much. Alright, here we go. Uber is popped main. Very nice air blast going on. Pyro is staying up significantly longer, so that's a really good play by him. Scout is in secret. I am gonna wait for him to pop out eventually, but he's on fire. Some really nice reflex going on. But, you know, all blue is down 3. It's 3v4, and it's just Ruri, and that is another very easy cap for Empire of Emotion.
Yeah, the blue Pyro had a nice reflect onto one of the soldiers, but just really wasn't enough. I mean, if we can, oh, it looks like, yeah, that looks like that was half, actually.
Wow. Super fast. Definitely not used to Gully Wash taking, you know, less than 20 minutes around sometimes.
Yeah, no, as a Highlander player myself, most of the times I see Gully, it's like you go 30 minutes in and you're lucky if one team got 2 rounds off.
Absolutely. I am seeing some really good defensive off classes, not so much offensive, because, you know, it just doesn't seem like all blue can get, you know, stop the momentum from Empire of Emotion pushing into their last. Ruri is doing a good job roaming, doing that black box thing, but you can't help but think that maybe his team would benefit from him maybe staying alive a little less and putting out a little more damage. But, you know, that's just me looking at it from a caster's point of view.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I think it's just personal choice at this point. I'm not sure at this point what really would be able to make that big of a difference for all blue right now. I mean, it looks like I think they're just lacking DM. I mean, they came out strong at that mid fight, so it's not a complete mismatch, but they just either haven't been playing coordinated enough, or maybe they just got fluky on that, or they just got the mid fight was a fluke. I can't really tell.
Could
Things
be,
are going too fast right now.
Yeah, especially with maybe a different medic happening right now, that probably have something to do with it. But, you know, it is a pretty long half in between, so, you know, they're probably talking about it on All Blue right now, saying, what can we do differently? What's going on? What can we fix? So, you know what? I think I'm going to call it and say Empire of Emotion's probably going to win, but I expect All Blue to at least get a round off on them.
Yeah, I mean, I think having a different med's definitely something that, you know, you can't just gloss over. Especially if he's your main caller, then you're going to be at a severe disadvantage. I'm not sure. I wouldn't go as far to say All Blue's going to take a round here. I think they definitely have the possibility to, if they have another strong mid fight and can just use that momentum to go forward, maybe play it a little cleaner than they did the last one. But I think they're going to be able to identify that really just the scouts on Empire of Emotion are doing so much work right now. I don't know if you guys on stream can see the scoreboard, but Phone's got 27 points and 2 DOMs. Beasley's at 23, while Empire of Emotion's med is only at 18. So they're doing a lot of work, and it's going to be up to Scruff and that is Polar on scouts to just stop them and maybe gain some momentum for their team.
Very true. Very, very incredibly true. After all, there's nothing more obnoxious than a really good scout, and nothing more frustrating when your scouts just can't really step up the game. And I hope for All Blue's sake that their scouts really do step it up. I've heard good things about Scruff McGruff personally from other people, and you know, I'm looking for some more team playing. Maybe not even necessarily DM, but I'm looking for more coordinated pushes, because on mid fights, it's just people are all over the place. I want to see some Team Fortress 2, not DM Fortress 2.
Yeah, definitely. What I might be looking for is, you were talking about off classes before, Scruff does play Spy in Highlander, and I'd love to see him pull out Spy, maybe just once, even if it's a kind of last resort to a mid-fight, because, I don't know, I mean, if they get rolled again in this 4th round, they should definitely be trying to mix something up in the last round, maybe catch All Blue, or catch Empire of Emotion off guard.
Maybe we could actually see a crits play. I think that would definitely be a viable strategy. Anything to sort of, you know, give themselves a little bit of edge. I've seen crits used pretty effectively on Gully Watch, especially if the critsing team kind of just sort of stays passive at mid, holds second, and then before the other team can get over, just re-pushes mid, and gets a, you know, pretty nifty push off that. But, you know, that is up to Psycho Mantis, and we'll see what they end up doing as we wait for this second half to start.
Biggest impediment to that might just be the medic staying alive, because I know Mantis has gone down pretty quickly in most of the mids. He's just gotten overwhelmed. And even on the mid that they did win, it was a wipe. It was an 11-man wipe on both teams with only, I believe, Rory staying up. So, I don't know, even if they do go crits, both meds might just go down, at which point the DM's going to come back. So they should probably be playing this mid more defensive than offensive this time, waiting for the aggression coming out of Empire Emotion, maybe baiting some frags out of that.
Yeah, maybe some more cheeky roamer plays, going up drop down, hiding a little more, because Ruri is definitely staying alive long enough for things like that to happen. Maybe having scouts bait in more and try and stay alive, just not bleed as many players.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I mean, I think the bleeding was something we saw when, you know, after that round where they did take the mid fight and they just pushed into second, it was just really, it looked pretty disorganized, to be honest, where one of the soldiers, I think it was probably Rage, I'm not positive though, went in through choke and got behind the rocks, and he was just completely separated from his team. I mean, he was a bit of a distraction, but they just, that just let All Is Blue, or Empire of Emotion, I keep mixing them up, just push out flank, get some picks there, then go collapse in a 6v4, so...
Yeah. And, you know, as you mentioned earlier, Gullywash is an absolutely great map for all classes, especially on last, with, you know, with the right coordination and the right people. If you can manage to stave off that initial Uber push and maybe stop some of the momentum, you're set.
Yeah, looks like second half is starting right here. We are live. Who are you going to be watching for this? I'm going to be on term.
I think I'm going to be watching Ruri, who has switched off the black box finally, so I guess it really wasn't working out for him. And we're just going to see what Term does on mid. You know what I'm saying? So just go out.
Term's going out. Looks like both teams are going to be fighting around the blue choke, and they're 1-for-1 right now. Polarin and Dizzy going down. Oh wow, Term takes out Psycho Mantis with a pretty good sticky sniper up there. And it looks like this is going to be Empire of Emotions mid. 3 up right now. Rory going in on the bomb. Takes out Eric. Yeah, that was a really good play by him. They're going to lose the mid fight, but Psycho Mantis should be spawning before Eric here, so that will be an Uber ad on All Is Blue, and maybe they can do something with this after playing at a disadvantage the entirety of the first half.
Very good call by that roamer there, going in for that medic. He probably gave his team, you know, at least a little bit more time to go back in. Of course, Rage is going down, getting a little pull going in back and forth. Both of Empire of Emotion scouts are really low, as we do have a sort of fight going on. We have Roamer in lobby trying to get in on that medic, seeing if he can take down Psycho Mantis. And, you know, he eventually does go down, but it's just teams going in, trying to get those frags out. They don't even care if there's an Uber advantage or not. They know that they have solid DM, and so they can probably just walk right in unless All Blue stops them.
Yeah, although Empire was showing a little kind of discoordination there, where just I saw Flatline jumping in alone when the rest of his team wasn't in yet. He got taken down pretty quickly.
There's a crit streak. There's a crit streak.
Oh, that is a crit streak. Is that out on Eric, or yeah, that's out on Eric. Looks like they're gonna get. They do use here. Mantis is able to pop though before they get him, and Eric's gonna go down while Uber's in the scout. He's looking for people to flash. Doesn't find anyone, but he does get back on the scout and the roamer, I believe. So lots of frags going in All Blue's favor, and they're gonna take this mid and probably gonna get some momentum going into second.
Wow, really great pop there by Psycho Mantis. He definitely saved a lot of his team going down from that crit. And you know, he probably could have predicted that Eric would have gone up crits, seeing as they did go down at around the same time. But you know, that'll probably be a really easy second point for, gosh, All Blue. I'm getting these teams confused.
Yeah, it doesn't help that they're on red.
And Eric has switched back to Medigun to defend, and we aren't seeing too many off classes yet. We do have Phone on Sniper on Empire of Emotion, trying to get a pick on last, so I'm gonna watch him, see what sightlines he can get. Yeah,
2 down on All Is Blue right now, so they're gonna be forced out of lobby. Mantis is at 90, so there's a decent ad, and I'm not really expecting Empire to push off this, but they are gonna lose a lot of ground off this, and pushing into lobby is always just, you know, that it's the stalemate before the stalemate.
Yeah, Psycho Mantis is holding far back. Maybe he's scared that Eric is still on crits and waiting to push into that. but you know, that definitely gives Eric enough time to build Uber, so now we're going to be sitting at an Uber equivalency. We do not have any more off classes. Phone did switch off Sniper. We do have all systems. Okay, Uber is popped in River. Rage goes down to a really nice sticky by turn, but we have a lot of fighting in lobby going on, and it looks like there's going to be a lot of flashing, and that is a shame. Absolutely shame that they lost that Uber advantage, especially with half their team. Looks like Empire of Emotions will have no problem pushing out whatsoever because, you know, second is basically theirs.
Yeah, I saw Mantis got forced early there, and then furthermore, he just kind of lost track of his two Uber targets. So he was looking for one, he went down, and then when he tried to go back to the other, he went down, and that's unfortunate. I mean, I play medic as well, so I know how that feels sometimes. You know, certain knockbacks send people in weird ways, and you can't always keep track of it. But with the full ad that Blue has off that, they're going to be pushing in. Mantis gets hit pretty hard, but he should be able to stay up. Some frags going back and forth right now. Scruff is low, but looks like they're going to start turning this around. He takes out Beasley with 2 shots in a row. Scruff staying at 3 HP. He has been in the red this entire fight and still contributing. So really good plays by him, and looks like all is Blue's going to be able to push back into second now, having a pretty solid Uber advantage. That was a really good job of them by kiting that Uber in through choke and just taking the frags that Empire of Emotion handed to them.
Really great plays by Scruff there, and especially Psycho Mantis getting that really nice repush in, giving his team living, first of all, long enough to do that. We do have a sniper up on phone who just switches the pyro, realizing that the Uber is popped, trying to get a last ditch thing. Polar is on point, trying to get time on it. He goes down. It looks like it is a 5v5 fight right now, but Empire of Emotions is down a lot. Looks like Eric gets Uber, pops that Uber as soon as he gets. Let's see if they'll stay in. Uber is popped on the pyro. Ruri on point with the black box, trying to fire array, jumping around. Just arrows flying in everywhere, just trying to get in, do something. Ruri does go down. 3v4, it looks like people just aren't spawning in far enough, and it looks like Psycho Mantis will finally have to back out, chased by a soldier, trying to, you know, catch up with Pole. Really good push there, but
yeah.
Really
Mantis
good
got
defense.
forced out there. I was just watching him almost empty his supply of arrows out, and unfortunate surf that he got caught on the little lip of the roof there, so he's gonna go down. Yeah, it will probably be about a 20-25% ad on Empire of Emotion, so kind of a shame to see that really nice push. Well, those just the nice plays by All Is Blue getting turned around, and they're gonna have a disadvantage again.
Yep, so, you know, here we go, resetting on second, but with a significant advantage going to Empire of Emotions part with, you know, a good solid 40%. Maybe it would have been better for Psycho Mantis to just, you know, hit his kill bind and try and respawn with less of an Uber disadvantage as we go in. You know, they are holding extremely far back on that point. We aren't really seeing much action. Ruri is back on the black box. Looks like the stock rocket launcher didn't quite work out for him. I mean, 15 plus health on rocket is a pretty solid thing. So Eric here is approaching 100% Uber, so hopefully, yep, here they are, coming through choke. No Ubers popped yet, just a lot of spam going back and forth, easily walking onto that point. And it looks like Psycho Mantis is going to try and kite this as long as possible. Okay, Uber going in, coming through red choke, trying to get in the kill on Psycho Mantis, who's escaping with finally goes down to a really nice rocket from Dizzy, and it's just 2 up. Maybe they probably should have been a little less aggressive in kiting that. It might have worked up a little better, but Scruff is still alive, maybe we can make something happen.
Yeah, Eric learning from his past mistake. The last time they pushed into mid with Uber, Eric popped the second he got into choke, which meant that the Uber was over, you know, right as All Is Blue was backing out, rather than, you know, this time he did what he should have done and he just took the ground that All Is Blue gave him, then pushed in to go frag the med rather than push in as an entry with the Uber. So, props to Eric on just kind of adapting his play there, because that was what, can't get my tongue, doing that was what allowed them to not get kited this time.
Alright, we do have a pyro in here in the form of Polar, who does realize that his team is, you know, it's not a significant disadvantage, but it still is enough of a disadvantage, and, you know, being able to reflect projectiles back into Rip is a pretty sweet trade-off to Scruff McGruff peeking, trying to, you know, scare some people off, but people aren't really peeking as much. Looks like Empire of Emotions is going to play it fairly safe, but we have people moving in through River. Psycho Mantis does get Uber in time. Empire of Emotions pops in through main, and it looks like Psycho Mantis does pop as well, so we not having many frags here, but Flatline does go down pretty low, and it looks like this will be a fairly successful hold on All Blue's part, which is, you know, good on that. Good on that.
Yeah, they dropped 2 people low, that being Scruff and Polar, but they do get 1 frag in return. So, yeah, as you said, that was a really good hold. I mean, Blue popped in pretty early, or Blue team popped into All is Blue pretty early. I'm getting sick of this already, and just, you know, a pretty standard hold. No ground was really gained or lost by either team, but Demo's gonna go down on red, so this is gonna queue up a push from Blue here. No Uber required, and it looks like Eric's, or not Eric, who is that? That is Term's gonna be able to spam out the point with Phone cleaning up his damage, and that's gonna be round 4 for Empire of Emotion.
Super ballsy plays there, even with a Pyro up trying to reflect people. Pyros are pretty squishy, maybe people are a little bit too scared of them sometimes. Goes down really easily. I'm gonna be watching Flatline this mid, because, you know, I like me some murmur action, and Flatline, you know, gotta represent the EBL deal going on. Gets on point really quickly, does jump in, gotta go for the meta, gets staved off, and forced to back out through choke. But, you know, we have Empire of Emotion scouts going a little bit crazy. Scruff McGruff and Brewery already down on All Blue's side. And, you know, it's a huge DM fight, really devolving into that with a lot of time on the point. And Phone is trying to go in after the medic, seeing if he can get Psycho Mantis, who is down to 31%. He does go down, leaving only Scruff McGruff, who's just spawned, trying to keep people out of his lobbies, but, you know, 1v6 isn't really good, and it looks like Eric's just gonna be rolling in here, hitting 9%, 90%, and, you know, Phone's just gonna get on last, get under, see what he can do, and cap as fast as possible. There was a Pyro up on All Blue, but it's not gonna be much, as just that momentum carried through absolutely nuts, giving Empire that 5-0 win v All Blue.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's too much to say, really, that we didn't cover during the halftime. That was just a really great Empire of Emotion, with both their scouts going huge. Players are leaving at the moment, so I can't check the scoreboard. Gonna have to find the stats in a moment. But, yeah, I mean, I think just the, All is Blue was a lot more coordinated in the second half. We saw some pretty nice pushes and holds from them, but overall, I just don't think they were able to match up to the DM that Empire of Emotion had.
Absolutely, and looking at these frags, you get Scruff McGruff top fragging on his team with 15 frags, which kind of really sucks, that being said, seeing as, you know, one person can only do so well without the rest of the team backing him up, know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, one player can be a carry, but at the same time, you know, if he's the only one, if he has to carry everyone all the time, then, you know, that's not always gonna work.
I will give it to Psycho Mantis. He did outfrag his medic compatriot. That whole 1-0, Eric getting that 0 frags. Come on, Med, what are you doing? Actually healing people? You should be DMing instead.
Yeah, I know that point. There was a point where Psycho Mantis is just sitting in lower main at last, firing arrows onto the point in hopes he could get something, because he couldn't stay in any fights, and he was just getting zoned out.
Well, you know, that was a really definitive showing from Empire of Emotion, and just like our REM game last night, it's really nice to see rounds of Gully Wash that aren't lasting 30 minutes at a time, so definitely refreshing for me.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't casted a whole lot of 6s, but as I said, just from experience, I know how soul-sucking Gully Wash can be at times. Yeah. Alright,
well, you know, thanks for joining us. Say hi to our cameraman, Jeer, who, as usual, has done an absolutely wonderful job of...
Shoutouts to Jeer!
Yay!
Yep. And, you know, thanks for coming out, thanks for watching. It was a really fast game, but hopefully it was an entertaining one. So, hope to see you next week. Thanks, Alto.
Thank you too, Atwas, and thanks for watching.
Good night.